Hi, this is Chris from OwnerRez. This video will show you how to set up OwnerRez and add OwnerRez widgets to your website for an availability calendar to show what's booked and what's not, a rates to show the rates you have configured in OwnerRez, and a Book Now widget that will allow guests to check out online or send you an inquiry to see what's happening with the property. Here's an example of what it'll look like when it gets set up. Now let's get into that setup. Let's sign up for OwnerRez. With OwnerRez, you get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required, so you can get started, check things out. Next, we'll put in a little bit of information about the cabin. Name, phone, website, and this will be used for contact information as guests check out. We'll add a property, just the one. We won't put in an address for now, but we can fill that in later. This property is going to use 2 seasons, high and low season. We'll set it up from April to November as the high season. And then November to March as the low season. Next, we'll put in some rates. In this case, we have one property, so it's a pretty simple setup. With more, you would put in rates for each property separately if you so desire. And we're done. Now we'll go and set up the widgets. Go to Settings, go to Widgets, and you can create the widgets there. We'll use the defaults. We'll create a booking widget, and here's a preview of what it'll look like on your site. We'll do a year calendar widget, same thing with the defaults, and that's a year calendar. And finally, we'll make a rates widget, which will show your rates based on what you have set up in OwnerRez. So the widgets are set up. Now we just need to pop them into the blank spaces on the site. So go to Edit the Page, and we're using a plugin called Shortcoder. This lets you create a shortcode and link it to the Book Now code. So go to text mode so you can enter the code, then go to the widget, grab the embed code, put it in the shortcode. So we'll do the Book Now widget, and then we'll go over and we'll do the year calendar, grab that code, put it in. We'll also do the rates widget so we can get all 3 on the site. Now this is an example of what you would do for a single property. For multiple, there's a way to do it so you don't have to create a bunch of different widgets. Contact us if you want to do that, and we'll let you know. To make the widgets show up on the page, we need to go and grab the shortcode, which is SC, name is Book Now widget in this case. Go over to Edit Page, and we'll just drop that shortcode in here. Then we'll do the same for the availability section and rates. Same format, using that name that we entered on the shortcode creation screen, year calendar widget, and then rates widget. Once that's done, save the page, and we'll go have a look. And there we are. So the calendar's empty because there's no bookings yet. So first off, let's go and put in some holidays. We'll subscribe to the US list, and you can do rates based on holidays, but we won't at this point. Next, we'll go over and we'll import a calendar. This is a recurring update that will load the calendar from another site. In this case, we'll use a demo, but you could do this for Airbnb, VRBO, etc. to keep your calendar up to date. Import's done, and it'll continue to update. Now let's go look at the calendar, and there's the bookings. Now the widgets are in place, but we haven't set up any payment methods. So if the guest tries to check out, they would just get a screen telling them to contact you. So we'll go and we'll set up a payment method. You can do a bunch of different types of credit card processors, but for now, we'll do a check to make it easy. So we'll add a check payment method, put in the information, and this will tell the guest where to mail the check once they check out. Okay, now that the payment method is made, we'll go over and check out the rules on the property. This is where you can set up things like number of guests allowed, etc. So we'll just set a couple of quick rules here, but you can come back here and set up the security deposits and all of that sort of stuff. So this property allows 8 guests, so we'll put in 8 adults and 8 guests for a maximum and a minimum of 1 adult, and then we'll go over and put in a 2-night minimum for the reservation. All right, all done. Now let's go over to the site and check out pretending we were a guest. This is always a good step to make sure that everything is configured properly and there's not going to be any issues with checking out. Once you hit the Book Now button, the guest is sent over to the OwnerRez secure site where they'll enter in their contact information. Sign the renter agreement and get the information for the check.